But was really hard, that separation, even though I was celebrating in the business class lunch when I was there.
Oh my God. That's a dream. Although quite a controversial decision as well. Lots of
Yeah,
mums would feel like, oh, nearly a newborn baby, going away. Lots of mums are judged for that.
yeah.
But I think, again, we do what's best for our kids, for us. Let's say it first. We do what's best for us, and then for our kids. So like, I would never say that you should feel guilty or anything that you don't want to feel. So yeah, but it made me kind of think. So being such a busy person, do you have some sort of a secret of how to manage it all? Motherhood and the job and the business and the podcast and Instagram. What's
There
the
is not
hack?
that is no secret at all. That is no secret. And one thing that we were talking before start recording that I think is really important is the food that I put in me. That gives me the energy, right, to be upbeat a lot, like for longer hours. Let's put it that way. That is one important thing. Like being healthy is important, because otherwise you can't do that many things. But I think something that has been helping me is create routines around what I'm doing. And I didn't realize how important they were until we went into this pandemic, because like every week they were like changing rules. And I was like, just when I was adapting again my life into the routine, there was a change. Oh, they're going to work, they're going to school, they're not going to school, they're going, but like a few days, it was crazy. So that is when I realized that what I have been doing is just create routines of all the things and plan a little bit what I'm going to do during the day. So kind of like in the morning, if I'm going to dedicate for my social media, it's like doing consistently every single day. If I'm going to do exercise, I will do exercise, but I will do 3 times a week in certain times. And don't feel guilty if I can't. If, past the hour because I was at work or with the kids or something, don't feel guilty because I didn't do it. But it's great, these routines, whatever
To
it
help
is.
you like find time for those things, because lots of moms say, oh, I don't have time for exercise, but like, I feel like sometimes planning ahead is actually making that time.
But
um
apart from that, is be realistic with what you have, right? Like one thing that I sacrifice is TV. So, like I have a lot of, I hear all the time, and it's funny when people say to you, I don't have time to do exercise. But if you ask, can you recommend me a Netflix series? They can give you a list of 25. And I'm like, and sometimes even they watch a whole season in a weekend because they binge into this series. And
yeah
I'm like, right, so you saw 1 hour, of this series, but you can't dedicate 50 minutes to your exercise. So it's kind of like finding little pockets of your time and make the decision. Because if for
yeah
you, your favorite thing is watching the series, fine. But one thing that I definitely sacrifice has been TV. So I don't watch TV that much. 50
yeah
minutes here or half an hour before going to bed. But then every single space during my day, I use it for something that I really enjoy. And with the exercise, as you say, is setting up your own expectations. It's like, if you ideally you want to go to the gym and do the spinning classes of the yoga classes, but the reality is it will take you half an hour to go there, get ready, then do the 45 minutes the class, and then come back home. There's a lot of time, and definitely you won't have time. But if for you just have 50 minutes, just do 50 minutes and start from there. That's it. Or 5, and then incrementally go a little bit up, and then you will get to that point when you feel that you're doing the exercise that you want to do. But yeah, it's be consistent in that routines as well. It's important.
Totally. I'm glad you say that. And the thing about TV, it obviously instantly, like, who's not guilty of that? Like most of us. But I feel like it is an excuse. And, again, if it's what you like doing, then fine. But if you want to change something about your lifestyle, then there is a decision that you can make, and it can be a different choice, right? So
exactly,
totally, that's quite inspiring. And like, when I think of you as such a, as a working mom, as a business owner and stuff like that, I think that sometimes the busier you are, the more time you actually have for different things.
Yeah.
Like, I find myself thriving when I have a proper routine. Okay.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. I mean, in the last let's say in the last 7 years, I have been made redundant twice, and then having those gaps. And it's amazing how you think, that's it, I have 2 months that I'm not going to do anything, so I have plenty of time to dedicate to this. Oh my God, time flies. They gone. And then you finish like, what did I achieve today? Just washing up and nothing else. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it happens. And I agree with you. I love busy people because they are the most organized people in the world.
Yeah.
But when you have all the time in the world, it feels like you don't have time. And I have been there twice. And it's like, how I do more things when I was working full time than when I have been,
definitely.
And those breaks that I had, it baffle me. But yeah.
Like, I mean, breaks are still important, but like more conscious breaks, right? Rather than actually wasting your time. Yeah, I totally know what you mean. So your day-to-day life, would you share your daily routine with us as a full-time working mom and, all other things going on?
Yeah, of course. Well, one thing that I haven't nailed yet is to sleep more hours, to be honest with you. So usually it's no more than 6, which is not good. I should have like 6.5 hours at least. So that's something that I need to improve, and I'm working on it. But I woke up really early. So I woke up at 5:30 in the morning. And well, we were talking about that because
of course
one of my podcast episodes is talking about this morning routine. But I found that to start the day in the right way, I need some time for myself first, without the noise, without anything around me. And the only way was to wake up a little bit earlier than the kids. So I usually wake up at 5:30. So, and at 5:30, I go down, and then I have at least 10 minutes of meditation, like 10 minutes of like visualization about what I'm going to do, 10 minutes of affirmations, and then I do a little bit of social media. So whatever person talk to me or answer any questions or anything, I kind of have like that half an hour there to reply to them. And then that makes me, around 6:37. So by 7 on the dot, I need to be doing breakfast. And we changed the diet of my son, so I have to do everything from scratch. So I don't have just the toast with chocolate or the cereal. I have to do everything from scratch every day. So 7 o'clock, breakfast. The kids I wake them up. I think they go probably 7:15 or 7:30 or something like that. So we spend some time there. When I used to go to London, when I was commuting, I literally used to sit down with them and do my makeup. So do my makeup while I was with them, taking care of them and seeing that they were fine. And then we go upstairs, they get changed, and then I drop them at school because I'm here at home, which is really nice. I can walk to them to the school. But at the moment, I'm working European times, which means that at 8 o'clock I start working, and at 8:30 they go to school. So I'm literally And every day at 8:15, yeah, 8:15, I have a meeting of 50 minutes with my team, with my boss and the other managers. So they know, so we agree, and they totally support that. So I'm literally with my headphones, shouting at them like, "Come on, put your socks, put these, put that." Go out of the house while I'm listening what they're saying, and then I usually need to also kind of like catch up. It's like a catch up call, but I do that catch up call with my boss and my the other managers at the same time.
On the way to school.
Yeah, school run.
It's
And
crazy.
sometimes I need to. Sometimes I need. They ask Patricia, "Do you want to go first?" Because we know that you are in the middle of the things, and I'm like, no, because it's a back signal, so I will be the last one. So then when I arrive at school, I wait until it's my turn. It's like, yeah, I'm in a good signal. Yeah, yesterday, this is what happened, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then I come back and sit down. Yeah. Sit down.
How are your kids with that?
Yeah, they're fine. They know that.
They're okay. They're used to it. They're used to it.
Yeah, mommy is in the meeting. Obviously, the meeting is mute, so no one sees the craziness around the house. Then I have work, and then 11 I finish. Well, I have a break, have a little bit longer break because I need to do lunch from scratch for the kids as well. So I do that, but that is a military position. So I finish at 11 to 12 I do food, 12 to 12:30 I have my lunch, and then I take their lunch at 12:30, drop them. And while I'm doing my food, I'm doing some social media like, hey guys, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. Then I come back, clean the kitchen, and then start working at 1:00, and then I finish at 4:00 because it's European time. And then my son comes by himself because he's older enough, and sometimes I need to take meetings while I'm walking to pick up my daughter, which is very funny when that happens. Yeah. And then
so she stays in a club, or
no, I pick her up when she finishes. So I try to figure it out on my meetings.
So your meetings are when you're on your way.
Sometimes.
Wow. Yeah. That takes a skill, honestly.
Yeah, I know, right? Honestly. And then my exercise need to happen between like 5 to 6. Thing. Otherwise, it's a little bit hard. So for 4 to 5, I do a little bit of social media again. It kind of like relax me. Like, okay, I've finished work. Let me do a little bit of my social media, things like that, or things for the podcast. And then at 5, I get changed and do exercise because it's really important for me. Now, it's not about fitness or how I look or anything like that. It's important for my mind. But someone that helped me a lot is my husband. Full support from him in absolutely everything that I do. So I need to recognize that without his help and understanding about all the things that I'm doing, it will be difficult because the majority of the time he does the dinner. And if I have things like recording a podcast or a meeting or something, he will take care of the kids, and that helps massively. So I wouldn't deny that helps. But then of course, yeah. I go to bed dead. It's like dead at 11:30.
I can imagine that. I can imagine that totally. By this day, oh my God, I was tired listening to this.
I know. But everybody say the same thing.
Like you would probably not change it for anything in the world, because I feel like, when you stop being busy, that's when like life stops making sense in the same way. Like I feel that you understand that the same way as I do.
Yeah, I think it's if you are enjoying what you're doing, like do it. I mean, there have been periods of times in my life that I don't like Instagram, for example. Like it feels like it's a chore. It feels like, I need to do it because people say that you need to do, and you need to post every and that happened to me in the past. And then I was like, well, I'm not enjoying this, so what is the point? So I have to rethink about what I was doing in things like social media, things like that, and I changed the what I was doing for something that works for me.
Working. Exactly. It's all about adapting.
Yeah.
Cool. And you mentioned those, so that was probably the funniest bit when you do meetings while doing school runs. That honestly made my day.
But seriously, sometimes I'm not even finishing getting ready. So I literally put in my jeans,
Yeah.
my bra,